Today, we're going to dive into a classic song, I Am a Rock, and really break down the whole idea of emotional isolation. This powerful strategy someone might use to protect themselves. So let's just get right into it.
So, it all kicks off with this really simple but incredibly powerful line. I am alone. There's no messing around, right? It's just a straight-up statement of fact. And this one line, it sets the tone for everything that's about to follow. It's like the bedrock for this whole way of thinking.
And right away, that makes you ask the big question, doesn't it? Is this loneliness a choice, like a fortress someone decided to build to keep themselves safe? Or has it turned into a prison they just can't escape from? That's the real tension here, and that's exactly what we're going to unpack.
All right, so first things first. To really get inside this person's head, we've got to look at the scene they're in. The song paints this incredible picture, and you'll see the world outside is just as lonely as the world inside.
So, you get this image of a silent blanket of snow. And yeah, on one hand, that sounds beautiful, right? So peaceful and serene. But that quiet on the outside, wow. It makes the noise and the turmoil on the inside feel so much louder. It's a huge contrast.
So let's picture it. It's winter, cold. Our narrator is inside, just looking out the window. The whole world is kind of muffled and far away under all that snow. They're not a part of it. They're just watching, separated by the glass, an observer, not a player in the game.
Okay, so let's see how this feeling of being separate really starts to harden into a core identity. Because this isn't just a mood, you guys. This becomes an entire philosophy for living.
We can call it the rock/island philosophy. And here's the key thing to remember. This is a conscious strategy. This isn't just something that happened to them. Nope, it's a deliberate choice. It's a defense mechanism, a shield they've put up to become, totally untouchable emotionally. And this line just perfectly nails the core of that philosophy. When they repeat, I am a rock, I am an island, that's not just a catchy lyric, it's a mantra. It's them reinforcing this chosen identity to themselves over and over again.
But why? Right? Why go to such an extreme? You don't build a fortress unless you're trying to protect yourself from something. So let's take a look at the why behind these massive walls.
And here's our first piece of the puzzle. It's laid out like it's a law of physics. Friendship causes pain. For them, it's not a possibility, it's a fact. Friendship doesn't bring joy or support, it just brings pain. Full stop. Clearly, something happened in the past to teach them this lesson, and now it's the only truth they believe.
And then it goes even a step further. It's not just about avoiding the bad stuff. They actually hate the good stuff too. Laughter, loving. Because in their mind, those things are always connected to the pain that comes later. So to be truly safe, you have to throw it all out. The good and the bad.
So the logic, when you break it down, is actually tragically simple. Here's how it works in their head. If you love, you just end up with memories of feelings that are gone, and that only leads to crying. So the solution is pretty brutal, but it's logical. If you never love in the first place, then you never have to cry. It's a foolproof plan for staying safe.
And that line? Wow, that's the core of it. It's the thesis statement for this entire life of solitude. It's all based on one past wound that has completely defined their entire future.
Okay, so we get the why. Now let's look at the how. How do you actually do that? How do you become a rock or an island? Turns out it takes a very specific set of tools and actions. And they basically lay out a 4-step guide for us. Step 1, build walls, a huge fortress. Step 2, get some armor, in this case, books and poetry. Step 3, find a safe place to hide, their room. And the final step, 4, cut off all contact. No one touches you and you don't touch anyone. It's a very clear, very methodical process. Let's talk about that armor for a second. The books and poetry, they aren't just hobbies here. They're functional shields. They provide companionship, they make you think, they make you feel, but without any of the risks that come with actual people. They're a safe, predictable substitute for a very messy, very unpredictable world.
And all of this builds the grand finale, right? The final verdict, the triumphant conclusion for why this is the best way to live.
And here it is, the ultimate justification. A rock feels no pain, and an island never cries. See? In their mind, the plan worked, the mission is accomplished, they've achieved total emotional invulnerability.
and they say it like it's this huge, undeniable, victorious truth. But that leaves us with one last kind of haunting question. Sure, they succeeded in not feeling pain, but in the process, they've also succeeded in feeling, well, nothing at all. And all those things they rejected, love, friendship, even the risk of crying, aren't those the very things that make us human? So you have to wonder, if a rock feels nothing, is it truly alive?